All right. Hey, everyone. How's it going? And thank you so much for joining us on Z Talks episode 11. And you might be thinking, well, why is it on a Tuesday? It's normally on a Thursday. It's actually because this week I'm actually going to go see Thor: Love and Thunder on Thursday. And I completely forgot that I booked it. And then Z Talks is at 9 o'clock. So, we're here on Tuesday instead. We have also got Nate, I believe, joining us later. But for now, we have got two guests already here to join me for this week. Rashad and Ryan. So, guys, how you doing?
Doing good.
All right, no complaints, man. What you drinking on?
Awesome. I'm drinking some Pepsi Max right now.
Oh, I thought I was a Budweiser. I said, wait a minute, we drinking? I was gonna grab some tequila then.
well, to be honest, I was debating grabbing the Coors, but I thought I've just finished work. I thought I'm gonna just take it easy, you know.
Damn, that shit freezing again.
But no, yeah, all's good. And Nate, can you hear us?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Oh, sorry. That took me a second. Sorry about that.
Hey, man. We're live right now. How you doing?
I'm okay. It took me a lot longer than I wanted it to.
Yeah.
God.
No, cool. Well, I just want to thank all of you for joining me firstly for this weekly live stream. We've got a couple of people in here already. Easton Players says, what's up? So, hey.
Easton.
All right, what's up?
We've also got the viewer Drew saying, hey, what's up? So, hey,
on, Drew.
We've also got Q Reviews saying, what's up, y'all? So,
Q.
Hey, Q.
What up?
Yes,
Q
sir.
has got the link for the live stream. So, Q, feel free to join at any time. You're more than welcome. And we've also got Jason, the old millennium, saying, what's going on, Mike? Well, hey, Jason, how you doing? Hope you're doing well.
I like that name, the old millennial.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've also got Trav from Trav Try. So, hey, Trav.
All right, Trav, it's good, fam. All right.
What's going on?
So, yeah, we've got quite a few people already. So, thank you all for joining us for this Tuesday edition of Z Talks. My guest today, as I said, is RASHAD G from RASHAD G Reviews, Ryan from RWR Movie Reviews, and Nate from the Unbiased Movie Nerd. So, RASHAD, I'm going to hand it over to yourself first. You've appeared on this channel probably more times than my other guests as of right now, whether it's on movie collabs or live streams. But for some unbeknownst reason, if no one has seen you ever before, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about who you are and what your channel's all around?
Yes, sir. So it's RASHAD G Reviews. I talk movies, shows. I do skits, parodies sometimes. I get into a little politics here and there, some cooking videos, and pretty much whatever I want to talk about, man. So yeah, that's pretty much it. RASHAD G Reviews. It's not for the virgin ears. So if you have virgin ears, don't go there because I have a potty mouth. I'm from Long Island, New York, so I can get very explicit at times.
Right.
It seems like everybody got virgin ears in 2022.
Ain't that some shit?
Definitely.
Quit being so sensitive.
Like why y'all being a bunch of pussies, man? Come on.
Yeah, for real.
Right, and one thing I will say about RASHAD is he did just drop a video today on his channel, his latest Officer Jackson parody. And man, I can't wait for the next video where you reveal the numbers of the sales. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
It's actually a parody of an actual YouTuber, Officer Tatum, who's he's very political, but he's a black person that speaks out against other black people. It's kind of funny. So I just kind of poke fun at him, and kind of take it to the extreme a little bit.
Yeah,
hopefully he doesn't see my videos and comes after me with his entourage.
little controversy here and there never hurts anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Totally agree. And before we get to my other guests, we've got a couple more comments in here. So we've got Pete from Playtendo Guy saying, hey, evening, Mike and everyone. So hey, Pete, thanks for joining us.
What's up, Pete?
All right.
Jason says that he liked your Elvis review, Ryan. So
Thank
a bit of
you,
love
Jason.
for Ryan right there. And we've also got Blacktastic Media in the house.
Fantastic. What up, bro?
Fight through to the penthouse to say what's up. Hey,
Mike's penthouse.
Right.
Oh, shit.
And Blacktastic Media just dropped his trailer on his channel for What Have I Done? His new movie coming out in October. So go give him some love and go
Nice.
check out the trailer also. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, so we've got RASHAD G, and RASHAD's link to his channel is in the description box below. If you're not subscribed to him, please go subscribe to him, go give him some love. And next guest here is first time on Z Talks, and that is Ryan for RWR Movie Reviews. So Ryan, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about your channel, because you do more than just movie reviews?
So most of my stuff, I do a lot of the bigger movies, but I do some smaller stuff too. I get a lot of screeners from Shudder for horror movies. So I do those. I just dropped my first video for Blu-ray hunting, and eventually I'm going to do a Dollar Tree hunt. So I am going to do one of those, and I also do Blu-ray hauls and tell everybody what I've picked up, throughout each month.
Nice, yeah, and I like that you recently did take and kind of go like Blu-ray hunting as well, and show us a little bit like on your trips and maybe grabbing a couple of titles. I think that was pretty cool. I'm excited to see the Dollar Tree one. I think that would be awesome. So yeah,
it'll be much different, man. My Dollar Trees here, dude, they are messy. They just have crap everywhere.
That's Dollar Tree in general, dude. I mean, they're just messy no matter where you go.
Yeah, they have the movies in a whole bunch of different sections throughout the store. It's a mess usually.
Like, I picked up, I think the last time I was at a Dollar General or a Dollar Tree, I picked up my copy of American Sniper on Blu-ray, and it was just sitting at the bottom of a fucking Blu-ray basket. I'm like, this is such a good movie. Why is it here?
Yeah, exactly.
It deserves better.
Right.
Anyway,
but see, the last time I went to Dollar Tree, I think was in like 2015 or 16 when I was last in Florida, and I think that's when it was like actually $1, because I've heard now it's not $1 anymore. Is that right?
$1.25.
It's $1.25 tree now. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like no, it's like $2 in some places. It's up here by me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know why they haven't changed the name, if that's the case, but
don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, so awesome. Please go subscribe to Ryan on his channel, RWR Movie Reviews. He has been also getting some screeners as well. And then our final guest today is Nate from the Unbiased Movie Nerd, who has had a video recently that absolutely skyrocketed. So Nate, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about your channel?
To anyone who's new to Mike's streams, or even people that have been even people that are returning, I'm the Unbiased Movie Nerd. I review all the latest movies releasing, and Mike can tell I can't fucking talk today. Give me a second. I'm tired of shit. I also go back and review movies from the past. It could be the past 30, 20, 10 years. Doesn't matter. It's a new segment called Throwback Thursdays. And, well, the video Mike was just recently talking about is Rise, Roar, Revolt, RRR. That video blew up. It blew up a lot more than I thought it would.
Right.
I can remember sitting over at my aunt's house when you sent me that text. You were like, dude, you need to watch RRR. I'm like, I'll check it out when I get back to my house. I didn't have Netflix over there, so there was no way I could watch it. Didn't have any of my recording equipment or anything like that. But came home, watched all 3 hours and 5 minutes of that glorious movie. Loved every minute of it. Did the review, uploaded it, went to bed. It was sitting at about 35 views, which for my channel at the time, that's normal. You know what I mean? So I was like, it's doing well. Woke up the next morning, it was at 2K. I was like,
wow, yeah.
I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. And I swear to God, through the entire day at work, my phone was just ding, ding, ding. It was just going off like every 5 minutes. Well, what that was people subscribing to my channel. And I went from, I think, how long was it? 8 days since I've uploaded that video. I think Mike can check.
It was a little while, yeah.
I think. Yeah, we'll just say 8 days. But in the span of 8 days, I went from like 68 subscribers to 385.
Wow.
Just from that one video.
Nice.
And it's sitting at like 67,000 views right now. It's absolutely insane.
67,000 views? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
congrats, man. That's amazing, bro.
Yeah. Forgive my stuttering from earlier. I just tired. But yeah, it's so weird because I can remember, I started this channel last year, but really didn't start uploading on it until the beginning of this year. And I remember when it started, I was like, 50, 100 subscribers by the end of the year should be all right. I didn't think halfway through the year I'd be sitting at almost 400. So this has been a very unexpected surprise. But
dude, definitely. Yeah. And one thing I was going to quickly just say is, like, I reviewed RWR on my channel, and then I know the RASHAD was straight on that as well. And RASHAD, your video did pretty good as well, right?
Yeah, I think nowhere near that number, but I think it's about like 5 or 6K, something like that, which is not bad. I mean, for how my videos been doing lately, that's actually pretty good,
Right.
So, that movie has done very good for a lot of YouTube reviewers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, dude, I've gotten
shit,
so many. No, I think you're good.
Am I?
No,
like,
can
I've gotten so many fucking like recommendations for other Indian Telugu movies to review. Like literally every day I've gotten comments about, hey, you need to watch this. Oh, you need to review that. You need to watch this. I'm like, I got like 25 movies I need to watch now. What do I do?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. And I think we all can relate. Like, I know Rashad's had some videos that's done like massive numbers on the channel. And I know, Ryan, you've had some videos that also done that, and especially recently, like your family camp review, like just like skyrocketed, and it's been out as well, very recent, I believe.
Yeah, a lot of times I literally will just go to the theater, and if it's a smaller movie like that, I'll try to capitalize on getting that review out quick, if it's just a small movie or if it doesn't have a lot of reviews, because I know I'll get the views.
Family camp doesn't exist in my multiverse. We don't talk about that film.
Rashad, did you see Family Camp?
I never even heard of that. What the hell is that?
Yeah, exactly. You've never heard of it because nobody saw Family Camp because it's fucking trash.
What's funny about that movie is it's a Christian movie, and it's supposedly a comedy. But the DVD came out, and I haven't even seen it in stores, so I don't know if they really released it or not. So
you saw the DVD?
I said I haven't seen it. Like, it's supposed to come out like a week or two ago, because it was on. I always look and see what comes out each week, and I haven't seen it in a store from when I've gone into. So maybe it's at Walmart or something.
Dude,
but
I watched Family Camp in the theater with 2 other people, and none of us were laughing.
Yeah, nobody.
It was absolutely horrible. That was probably the second film I've seen this year where I about walked out.
Oh,
like
wow.
the characters, like it tries so hard to force a laugh out of you, but their idea of comedy are 2 grown-ass men in their 40s and 50s just running around screaming their fucking heads off like they have no common sense. They're both so annoying to the point where you just want to physically assault somebody. That's how annoying they are. And dude, it just takes things from other camp vacation movies, rips them off, and reuses a bunch of shit from movies that are way better than it. And it's so bad that when it tries to be that Christian movie about faith and belief, like you were saying, Ryan, it feels like it just comes out of left field. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, what are you trying to be? I hated it. Absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I know both of you guys weren't a big fan. Rashad, what would you say is like the worst movie you've seen this year?
This year so far, this is probably a hot take, 'cause I know a lot of people like this movie, but The Northman. I didn't care for that movie. That shit put. I'm sorry. It put me to sleep, man.
Hey, you know what, man? As I'll say, The Northman right now is my favorite movie of 2022. But for people like you, I can understand. It's not for everybody, man. It's really not.
Yeah. Well, but you know what? I mean, in all fairness, I'll probably have to watch it again because I came into it expecting Conan the Barbarian, which is one of my all-time favorites, and it kind of had a Conan feel to it at first, but then it just kept dragging, and then next thing you know, I'm snoring. And X was terrible too. I hated X.
You hated X too.
X is up there. But yeah, the most entertaining part of the movie was when the old lady behind me that was sitting behind me was choking and gagging because somebody had too much cologne on. That was the best part of the whole experience.
I don't know, man. There were scenes in The Northman that made me go, well, I feel like a measly little man now. Damn.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Dude,
yeah. I mean, to give his props, you know, cinematography, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
it looked good, but it just bored the shit out of me. You know,
right.
Yeah.
Well,
had
man,
that
you know, like,
A24 feel to it, and I hate A24.
well, dude, like, I mean, there's a lot of movies where, like, you know, we either love them or we hate them, vice versa. And I think I agree with you, Shaw. Like, a lot of A24 movies, personally, like, I'm not huge fans of. But there's certain ones they release, and I'm like, wow, like, it baffles me, like, how they've done that.
Right.
But I never saw X. I think you guys did, right?
Yep, I saw it.
Yeah, X was terrible. Well, shit. Well, I tell you what. I saw. Okay, as much as I hate A24, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once is pretty good. That's one of my favorites of this year so far. So,
right.
I guess I gotta give him some props.
You know,
that one was good.
It's weird because me and Mike have different opinions about X and Men. I really liked Men more than X. Yeah.
Same. I agree.
Yeah.
I never watched Men.
Well, I never seen X, so I haven't got an opinion on that one yet.
Oh, I thought you said you seen X.
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't know what I was thinking then.
But one thing I did though is I messaged Rashad and I was like, you have to go see Men by A24. Yeah. Especially that third act. I would love to know your reaction to that.
Yeah, I'll wait to the Blu-ray, man. I've not.
Yeah, wait. Spoilers without context.
No spoilers.
Mike Ryan know what I'm talking about. This movie makes me never want to have kids. They know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
Yeah.
So is this some kind of male birthing scene or something where a man gives birth to a baby or some shit?
Dude,
you just gotta watch.
You're not ready. Just go watch the movie. Anyway,
hell, X is just about a horny old lady that wants to get some, and she kills people because she's horny.
You know, at the end of the movie, they released like a teaser trailer for this. I guess they're doing a prequel to it.
Yeah, called Pearl.
Yeah. Is that coming out this year or next year?
I'm not sure when they're releasing it. They just kind of shooting the shit about the idea of it, but I don't really know.
Well, I read somewhere that they shot X and Pearl back to back, so I don't know.
Maybe next year. Who knows if even A24 is doing that? I don't know.
Possibly.
Didn't even
All right.
I did hear actually. I think today actually I saw an article that I think Jennifer Lawrence is going to be in an A24 movie in September, if I'm not mistaken. And I got me intrigued.
I haven't heard that.
Wasn't Mother an A24 film?
I was just thinking that. I think Mother is A24.
Yeah.
I'd watch that again. Mother. And Red Sparrow. But we got Jason saying I've never heard of X. Yeah, dude, it's an A24 movie. I've never seen it, but I know these guys have. But we have also got a comment here from Eastern Places. What movies are you guys seeing July 15th?
What comes out July 15th?
So Where the Crawdads Sing come out July 15th?
I have a screening for Where the Crawdads Sing. That's what I'm seeing.
I'm trying to think what else.
Maybe that one. Let's have a look.
Paws of Fury comes out, the kids movie.
For some reason, I'm not looking forward to Paws of Fury. I saw one trailer for it, and I'm like, man, I feel like Samuel Jackson can do better.
Samuel, he's getting that paycheck, man.
I saw all the fat. I saw all the fat sumo cats farting simultaneously, and I was just like, you see, that's everything that I hated about Minions: The Rise of Gru. I was like, ugh. I haven't even posted my review yet. I'm supposed to go film that after this.
Dude, nah. I mean, I've only ever seen the Minions, like just Minions movie, and that was enough to like put me off the entire saga and franchise.
Oh, wow. Well, so, what's going on with this new craze going on where people are like going crazy and like these kids are going crazy in the theater and they have to kick everybody out and shut the movie down because I guess it's like some kind of TikTok trend or whatever. Because my daughter showed me the video and they're actually shutting down. Yeah, like there's like a trend going on where there's kids actually going crazy during the Minions movie and they have to shut the whole movie down and kick everybody out.
Oh my gosh!
What the fuck kind of theaters are y'all going to?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
that's news to me. I've never heard of that trend.
well, my daughter lives on TikTok, so she's always keeps me up to speed. Like, Dad, did you hear about this new trend going on? She'll show me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, damn. I'm like, baby. I said, stay off of TikTok, man. Damn.
Right.
You know,
I saw something like that, Rashad, about like people are getting like these like teenage kids like dressing up in like suits and then they're going to see Minions, and I don't know if there's like a certain scene with like young Gru. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to see the movie, so I don't know. But that's what I've heard. Yeah,
I'm convinced that my generation is causing humanity to evolve backwards. I'm very convinced of that.
Damn. Well, I was going to take my son to go see it, but if this is going on, I don't know, because I mean, if I see something like that, I'm probably going to swing on somebody.
I would. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Rashad's going to be in that theater giving everyone a Stone Cold Stunner.
No, man. And I don't want to show that violent side in front of my son,
No. You got some random guy in the audience yelling, "Rock bottom!"
Yeah, right.
Oh, God.
I agree. Also, just like firstly, just a quick comment here. Thank you to Blacktastic, because there's some bots in the comments trying to spoil the new 4 movie.
Good thing I haven't even been paying attention. I got a screening for that this weekend.
Well, I'm
going to see it Thursday.
Like, all the comments, so yeah. We've also got Eastern Players. I mean, guess we're talking about hot women right here. Wonder pretty hot in Doctor Strange too.
Elizabeth Olsen has been like my Hollywood crush for like 10 years. So
no arguments for me on that one.
Yeah, she's attractive.
She
right.
Is. Even as an evil witch, she did it for me. Like, damn.
I'm like, yeah, she can pop my head like a balloon any day.
Oh man.
So we've got another comment, and then now I've got something to talk about. But very quickly, got Jason saying, "I love Despicable Me, but haven't seen the sequels. Not crazy about them." Rashad, have you ever seen Despicable Me or the Minions or anything?
I watched the first movie. I haven't seen the rest of them, but my son, he's crazy about them, so I'm pretty much forced to go see this new one now, because he's like, "No, Dad, I want to go see the Minions." Thank you, son.
If I could give it a positive, it's got a lot of humor in it that I think kids and adults will get a pretty good kick out of.
Okay.
Like there's a whole sequence in the movie that's dedicated to Kill Bill, or it's like a whole reference to Kill Bill. It's fucking great.
Nice.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it.
Well, yeah. And Ryan, are you a fan of the Minions and Despicable Me?
Yeah, I own all 4 of them. The actual Minions prequel, I'm not as much as a fan of as like the original 3, and I know they're making a 4th one, so I think that comes out in like 2024.
Wait,
so
what?
What?
I didn't hear about that. Are you serious?
Yeah, they're making a 4th one.
Oh God.
I mean, it makes so much money. I mean, I think it made 120 million this past weekend, so I see why. I mean, it's made 200 million worldwide, so
that's
money. They're making a sequel.
That's my biggest problem. I'm not going to get too much into it just because I'll talk about it in my review, but those motherfuckers are a marketing ploy. I swear to God.
Yeah. I actually have a running joke with my wife, because I always joke with her during Christmas time, I'm going to buy one of the Minion blow-ups and put it in our front yard. She's like, "No, the hell you're not."
Oh, God.
Right. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Apparently Jason's saying that he's heard Minions is doing better than Lightyear, which
it is. There's a lot of people that really don't like Year for the half-second thing that the internet's not supposed to talk about.
Hey guys, I'm gonna try to get out and then get back in because it keeps freezing on my end, so I will be right back.
All right.
Okay. Cool, man. Yeah, no worries. Well, we've actually got a couple of other comments here. So there's one I'll say for Rashad. But we've got Eastern Players says, "I saw Minions Rise of Gru 2 days early."
Okay.
That's awesome. Have you guys got any early screeners coming up?
I'd have to pull it up on my fucking phone, but no. The earliest I get to all my screenings are Thursdays. That's
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Same here.
Me.
Unless Shudder sends me something to review early, I don't get anything else.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I was going to ask you, Ryan, if you had any Shudder screeners or anything coming up.
So I got 3 this month. I got one called Good Madam. That review will be out next week. And then I got 2 other ones. I got one called, I think it's called Moloch. And I have one.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
called, This is Gwar, and I think it's all about Gwar and how they became a band and stuff like that. I think it's a documentary, so I'm actually really stoked to watch that.
Nice. Yeah, I got sent those ones as well. But the Goa, well, sorry, I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Gwar.
Goa. I've never heard of them before, so it's new to me.
Yeah, they're like the way they do their performances. They all kind of dress up in like these masks and stuff. And like they basically do like horror stuff on stage while they're playing their guitars and stuff. It's very I guess you want to say like theatrical type deal. I don't know how you want to call that, but yeah, they do a lot of cool stuff like that. And they like spray like fake blood into like the fans to the stands and stuff like that. They're a much different band.
Wow. Okay. I mean, especially if it's like a documentary based on them, I think that'll probably be a pretty good movie. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, but just let anyone know, like, so while we're talking, if you've got any questions for us, leave them in the comments. We'll get to them. Jason was saying about the Minions, which we read out, and then Easton, I don't know why. Yeah, there we go. Do you know that a Weird Al movie is coming out? Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe, right?
I haven't heard of that one.
Me neither. I'm trying to think about it. It doesn't ring a bell.
I think it might. If it's the one I'm thinking about, I think it's Daniel Radcliffe, and he's got like a perm. I think.
Oh, Daniel Radcliffe with a perm.
Right.
Oh boy.
Oh God. You know, one of the things me and my uncles love doing, we'll sit around and we'll fan cast like Disney movies for live action remakes. We said if Disney was going to remake Hunchback or Notre Dame, like Daniel Radcliffe or Elijah Wood needs to play the fucking Hunchback. Like I could see Daniel Radcliffe playing Quasimodo for some reason.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
He's starting to get into more like weird roles and like
that's
even further.
yeah.
So I mean, he played a dead body not long ago. So
This Army Man.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie.
That movie is weird.
I've seen that. Go ahead, Ryan.
I want to say that movie is weird. It's A24 made that one.
A24 makes a lot of weird movies. You know, there's one movie they're doing this year that is kind of at the bottom of my list. Men was weird and X was weird, but man, have you guys seen the trailer for Bodies?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Why is it when I look at that trailer, I'm like, this feels off. Like
that's A24. Everything about A24 is off.
Well, no, it just feels like is it trying to be a horror comedy? Like, what is it doing?
But I will say this though, man. One thing about A24, as bad as their movies are, you never forget them. Like the movie Lamb. Lamb is probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but I will never forget Lamb.
I know what movie you're talking about.
I gotta say, you can at least say with A24 movies, they always hit their tone. Like they always get that tone, like particularly right on every film.
Right.
Like you always feel like some type of mood with it.
Yeah.
And I've talked about elevated horror with a lot of people, but I feel like a lot of A24's movies do kind of fall into that realm of elevated horror. They're hit or miss. It just depends on what they're doing. I'm
not the biggest fan. I'm old school. I love either slashers or like, Silence of the Lambs. Well, Silence of the Lambs considered like elevated horror or just straight up horror?
Just straight up horror.
I would say it's a thriller with horror elements.
Kind of like Black Phone. Like that's what I liked about Black Phone. It was a thriller, but with horror elements to it. I'm like, that's probably the best horror movie I've seen in a minute.
Well.
Right.
You put it perfectly. You said, straight up slasher movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a straight up slasher horror film.
Right.
As with Silence of the Lambs, it feels more atmospheric. It relies on, the atmosphere and the tension to kind of get its scares. So that kind of falls into the realm of, thriller.
Yeah, now elevated, like I don't know about y'all, but when I watch elevated horror, sometimes I feel dumb because when I say how bad it is, I'm like, yo, I cannot stand this movie. No, Rashad, you missed it. You missed the horror. I said, what the fuck did I miss? Oh my god, the metaphor and what it really was trying to say was this, and this. Then fucking say it. Fuck the metaphors, man. Just give it to me.
Quit leading me in circles. God damn it.
Yeah. Like, come on, man.
No, Rashad, I agree with you though. Like, as I say, I think like with A24 movies, like I'm like, and I think Ryan and Nate maybe on a bit of a different side here, but like yourself, Rashad, like a lot of them, I'm not a fan of. Like, I can appreciate that they're doing something different and they're trying something different, but like a lot of it is the metaphors, and some of them, being honest with you, like I don't understand. Like when it's just finished, and I maybe read up on it, and then maybe we try watch like a clip online of like the ending where like that metaphor comes in to like just so before I shoot a review, because obviously I don't want to be like, oh, I don't understand the movie shit, because it might be great. I just haven't got the point.
Yeah, well, like Lamb, Lamb is the movie about a hybrid lamb, and in my review, I shit all over the movie, right? And then I had some people in the comments, Rashad, you just don't get it. You just don't understand what the movie was trying to say. The fuck was it trying to say? It's a hybrid lamb. Raised by this couple who can't conceive children, and spoiler, I guess the lamb's father or whatever came back to get it.
I don't know how you guys keep getting negative comments. I think the only review I've done this year where I've gotten negative comments is RRR. That's about it.
Oh, yeah. I get them all the time.
Well, it's not that it's screwed up. It's just a lot of people got mad at me because I called it a action comedy, which I mean, it could just be, because they view action very differently over there. So I see these two normal human beings doing these crazy death-defying things that they should not be able to do. And it's so crazy and over top to the point where it was just comical to me. I just couldn't help but laugh. I was like, dude, this is so stupid, but I love every minute of it.
Well, Ryan, just a tip for you as well. If you do cover RR, don't call it Bollywood.
No, do not. You're gonna get shredded. Our friend, who was our friend? Yes, he got absolutely.
I honestly don't know the difference.
Yeah, just because I'm saying that they're real passionate about their cinema over there. So
they are.
Tread lightly.
Yeah, you just half of the comments on my video were finally someone got it right. Tollywood.
Yeah. Tread lightly, my friend.
Right. But yeah, well, we've got Q Reviews, green review, Rashad. He says, yeah, Lamb was bad.
Yeah.
But he says Ari Aster is a fire director, though. Yeah. Ari
Aster, is that Midsummer and Hereditary? Okay.
Yeah.
I did like Hereditary, did not like Midsummer.
Yeah, I hated Hereditary. I think I gave that like a D in my review. Yeah, and people was like, see, Rashad, you don't get elevated horror, motherfucker. Sorry, man. I'm sorry.
If my channel was around back then, it probably would have gotten my my matinee rating. Yep.
So it got better after a second, like after multiple viewings. It got better for you, or you liked it the first time?
No, I liked it the first time around. If usually I give out the matinee rating to something that I enjoyed it for what it was. It's not perfect. It's not something I'd rush out to see again or buy on Blu-ray. I just enjoyed it for what it was. That's what the matinee rating is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to, at some point, I'm definitely going to be doing like an A24 live stream all about
nice.
that. And Rashad's definitely on.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe get some of you guys on who love A24. I think that's going to be a good discussion. We've also got some other comments here. So we've got Lovely's movie review saying, hi, how have you been? So, hey, Lovely, how are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. She's got an awesome channel. And also, she has said here, I did see the Minions and it's not funny. She said, it's not funny to me. I took my 9-year-old. You just got to watch my review on it. Despicable Me are funny, but Minions are just okay.
Oh, wow.
So, Rashad, you in for a fun time.
Yeah. Well, my son, he gets bored very easily. Like, he has the attention span of a Cocker Spaniel. So that's gonna be interesting to see how he does with that.
Oh boy.
Wow, did you just throw your son under the bus, dude? What
Oh
the
yeah,
fuck?
oh yeah. Listen, okay. I'll give you an example. We went to see Carnage, right? Venom, Carnage or whatever. Bad movie, but he loved it because it was nonstop action, like beginning to end, even though it was dumb as hell. But then we go see Doctor Strange. About halfway through the movie, he wants to leave. But I mean, he's only 6 though, so I give him a pass. He's only 6.
Well, one thing you learned about Rashad's son is don't give him a Sprite, otherwise he's going to talk about 5 times.
Dude, his bladder's like that of an old person. Like, dude, again, first movie I ever took him to was Kong versus Godzilla. First time I ever took him to the movies, and I swear, literally, he had to go at least 4 or 5 times through the duration of the movie. Like, we would literally just come back from the bathroom, sit down, 5 minutes later. What? I gotta go again. I'm like, man, we just went. I gotta pee on myself. Damn. So we met the movie going back and forth to the bathroom.
Man,
Did you tell him there's no pause button?
Yeah, all of that. I'm like, man, I said, don't you want to see what Kong and Godzilla fight? I don't care. I gotta pee. I said, that's it. I ain't taking you to the movies no more. Okay. Like, he didn't care.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Well, Rashad, I was going to say maybe one person I could relate to you in terms of like a kid maybe going to toilet so much. Ryan, like, is your son right like that?
No, my son is like really. He doesn't really not like too many movies. Most movies, he has a pretty good attention span. I mean, he's older than that. He's 11. So for the first time the other night, I actually had to watch along with another YouTuber, and we do like a Patreon thing like every month. And our movie was Insidious, and my son stayed up, and I was like, "You want to watch Insidious with me?" And he watched it, and he was like, it was a little scary to him, but like he enjoyed it.
Nice.
So I was surprised.
Awesome.
Dude, I can remember where I was when I first watched Insidious. I was a kid. I was really young when it came out. And my mom had got it from Redbox. And I forget what we had watched that night. We had watched some kid-friendly movie before that, but she was like, okay, when we're done with this movie, we're going to watch Insidious. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm really excited. I watched the entire kid movie. Once again, forgot what it was. But everyone fell asleep. Right after that fucking movie, I was like, okay, fuck you guys. I'm going to watch Insidious by myself. I put that shit in, turned out the lights. Yeah, that was the biggest mistake little 13-year-old Nathan could have ever made. Can sleep for a day and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Dude, especially that dinner scene.
Oh, God.
I did not see that coming.
Oh, fuck, man. Jesus Christ.
Traumatizing, huh?
Right.
I'm getting like Vietnam flashbacks right now.
Yeah.
Well, you're making Trav feel old.
You're making me feel old. Like, what? I saw didn't Insidious come out in like 2013?
I think it was 2010.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there.
Wow,
dude,
you was 13.
I even talked about it in my Drag Me to Hell throwback review. I said I can remember where I was when I watched Drag Me to Hell. It was 2009. Wow. I was 11 years old when I watched Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I know, like
I can literally be your father, man.
Like, dude,
shit.
I'm 23 now, and the fucked up thing is sometimes I'll look at my Blu-ray shelf and I'll be like, God damn it, Nathan, you're getting old. like fuck.
Well, we've got cute reviews saying I'm old.
Yeah,
we're all old. I mean,
jeez.
I'm old enough to be drinking these, so.
Yeah,
this has nothing. Yes, I was getting ready to say this has nothing to do with Mike's channel. So. This is just a coincidence.
I didn't even see the bottle.
Grab some Mike's, mate.
Was it called Mike's?
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Nice.
This is just leftovers from 4th of July, so fuck it.
Right.
That's the best way to get over a hangover.
It's the best way to get over my shitty job. What are you talking about?
That too.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Well, we've also got Lovely's movie review saying that she loved Insidious.
Good movie.
I feel like I need to rewatch that. It's been so long. Also loving Rashad about the story with his kid, which is always funny. I always crack up at that.
Yeah, he's a cartoon character, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we've also got a couple of questions in here, actually. So going back to Fox. So firstly, Fox is in the house. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. He says, hello all. Last time I asked you guys about your favorite movies of the year. So this time I'll ask you what your least favorite movies of 2022 so far. My least favorite is Dash Cam. I've never seen Dash Cam. But yeah, if you guys could maybe just give like 2 examples of 2 bad movies you've seen this year.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can think of a couple off top.
I got like 5. You guys go first. That's okay.
All right. So I would say the few that I can remember off the top of my head, Redeeming Love is one of them. Terrible.
Fuck!
There's a movie I rented on video on demand called Big Gold Brick. That was really bad with Megan Fox.
Anything with Megan Fox is bad, so
Never
that's
heard
where you fucked up.
that one.
And the other one that I watched on streaming was Deep Water with Ben Affleck.
Is that like a shark attack movie? Like,
No.
That's what I was thinking. Is that like one of them shark movies?
Right.
No. So that movie was pretty much about this guy that like his wife was cheating on him and he was allowing it, but then he was like killing the other.
Oh, this was on Hulu, right?
Yes, it was on Hulu.
Yeah, I saw a
But
trailer.
it's terrible.
God, it looked horrible. Oh, fuck.
So no, it's no Batman versus a shark.
No.
It's Wonder, right?
Batman versus the shark. Batman versus Sharkenstein.
Right.
Sharkzilla. Sharkzilla.
Oh shit.
Well, Ryan, I've never seen any of those movies that you mentioned, but I do know about that Deep Water one that you referenced. But I've never seen them. Nick, no, I'm not going to. Nick, can you give us 2 movies that you didn't like this year besides Family Camp?
Well, I got 2 more right behind Family Camp. Tyson's Run and Redeeming Love.
Wow.
Fucking God. Like, dude, literally, I have my top 10 worst list already planned out. It's just going to get updated throughout the rest of the year until I get to the end.
Right.
Fucking God, man. I've seen some shit this year, dude. Like, when I started this whole YouTube critic thing, I was like, man, I can't wait to do this. This is going to be so much fun. And it is. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the movies I see. But then there are times where my YouTube channel turns into work. And that's usually after I've seen a really horrible movie and I feel the need to tell everybody to not go see it. Right. And man, that movies like Family Camp, Tyson's Run, and Redeeming Love make me go, what the fuck are you doing with your life, Nathan? Like, why are you here? They make me question my existence.
Yeah, definitely time you're not getting back of your life. That's for sure.
Oh my God.
And Rashad, what about you, man? What movies do you not like this year?
Well, every movie I've gone to see at the cinema has been, because I try to avoid a lot of bad movies. So as far as the ones that I've seen, like The Northman, like I said, I didn't care for. And that new Kevin Hart movie that just came on Netflix, The Man from Toronto, I didn't care for that one. Kevin Hart just brought that movie down so much. Like, dude, like, because it had potential to be a good action movie. Because Woody Harrelson, I thought he did his thing, but every time Kevin Hart was on screen, he just brought the whole atmosphere down. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude.
Rashad was watching that movie and going, man, if Kevin Hart could just tone down the Kevin Hart, this would be a great movie.
Yeah, I wanted to take some duct tape and just shut his mouth, like, because he goes into these 3 or 5 minute monologues nonstop. Like, Kevin, just shut up. He's like, oh, okay, reason why. Okay, the reason why. See, bop, 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 bop. Oh my God, no! Like, shut up.
I love Kevin for what he's done comedy wise, but yeah, I mean stand-up comedy wise, but he tries way too fucking hard. Like he's like a little kid in a kiddie pool that like took off his drawers, and he thinks it's funny. He keeps trying to show people his dingling, and it's not funny. But he keeps trying, and you're like, dude, just put your pants back on. Like, stop.
It becomes redundant. It becomes redundant because like it's an ongoing joke about his height. Okay, we get it. You're short. That's funny, but that's his whole shtick now. Is I'm short. You see, I'm small. I'm little. I'm short. Yes, we know this, Kevin. What else you got? Okay, we get it. You're little. Okay, can you give us something else now?
I think he's shorter than me. I'm only like 5'9". So
nah, Kevin, he's like 5'4", like 5'4", 5'5", something like that.
Oh, he's short as fuck,
dude.
He is, man. I mean, yo, you can tell even the actors around him when he's doing these monologues, the actors are looking like, okay, bro, enough with the ad libs. Can we wrap this up now?
That's probably why. That's probably why he's such good friends with Dwayne Johnson. He looks at Dwayne Johnson, and he's like, "I'm gonna be like you one day." like I swear to God.
Well, now those two are funny together. Like, okay, if you talk about social media, like Instagram, okay, Kevin Hart and The Rock are funny together, but when he does movies, his comedy does not translate well to film. It just it doesn't work.
No.
Yeah, I agree. But
to answer your question, Northman and Man from Toronto are my two worst movie experiences. But unless you want to include this Harry Potter series I'm doing with Perez, I'm not like these Harry Potter movies at all.
I was going to say, can you replace Fantastic Beasts with the Northman? Then we'll be okay.
Okay. I'm not feeling the Harry Potter joints either, though.
I'm joking with you, man. It's fine.
Nah, right. I'm making fun of it. But one thing I can take solace in is that I'm actually like 5'6". I'm a little bit taller than Kevin Hart.
So wait, you're shorter than me, Mike? What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. I'm
what?
Like 5'6".
No way.
Yeah. I know.
My girlfriend is 5'4", so I know how Kevin Hart feels.
Oh, shit.
I love her though. She's great.
It's
gonna be my wife one day.
Well,
better stop picking at her height, man. How can you embarrass me on YouTube like that? Talk about my height. You're sleeping on the couch. Damn, baby, I ain't mean that shit. Come on.
Mike, did you say your two least favorite movies?
No.
What are your two least favorite movies? I'm curious.
Yeah, sure. Well, firstly, we just got Josh saying hey. So, hey, Josh, how you doing?
What's
up, Josh?
So, now, are we going to go with like cinema movies? Or are we going to go with asylum movies? Because that's a different story.
I would say
that shouldn't count.
I would say no, because all asylum movies are bad. Movies you've seen in the cinema that you absolutely hated. Yeah.
Okay. Well, first one is Moonfall. That came out in January.
That's my fourth worst movie. I hated that. Fuck.
Again, I felt like I was watching the PS2 game for like an hour and a half, hour 50 minutes, however long that.
You know, insanity. The ultimate definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And Roland Emmerich can't seem to get that fucking memo.
Like,
damn, facts.
Nah.
Poor bastard.
So definitely Moonfall. And then there was another movie I got sent a screener for called Reed's Point, which is
never heard of it.
It was a fucking bag of shit. That's why. But basically, like once you've seen like the first 5 minutes of this, so basically, like there's like these three high school kids, right?
Yeah.
This first 5 minute scene. So there's these three like high school kids, and they get on this bus because one of the kids' dad's meant to be like rich, so he's got this like tour bus he kind of takes around everywhere. And in the first 5 minutes, you see like one of the guys just driving along in this bus. Then all of a sudden, because of like a green screen of like a deer, which you can clearly tell it's not on the road. It looks like it's like at night, but in the curtains, it's like bright sunshine outside.
Oh, wow.
It's just a green screen, and all of a sudden, it's like asking you guys right now react to the bus hitting the deer. And, like the people go like this.
The hell, man!
And I was like, I'm checked out. Goodbye.
And this came out in the theater?
No, I got a screener.
Oh, a screener. Oh, okay.
I mean, if it came out in the theater, I wouldn't be surprised because there are movies like that do get theatrical releases.
Well, dude, well, Well, believe it or not, like, so on my channel, I just released a review for God of Thunder, the Asylum's version of.
I saw that.
Yeah, I watched that.
and believe it or not, from select dates, from the 8th to the 14th of July, it's actually going to be in certain theaters in America.
Why?
Oh my god.
No
Wow.
one is going to go see that shit. Why would they even try?
Because I want you guys to go see that shit.
I'm not watching that shit. You got me fucked up.
Yeah.
They're hoping someone gets confused and buys a ticket.
You know,
and thinks
if
it's the film.
if I ever decide to watch an Asylum movie just to make fun of it on my channel, it would have to be something where I'm like, okay, this looks like an original idea that they've done. You know, not that they're ripping off something. If they can make me an original movie and it still be bad, I might watch it. But I'm not watching Top Gunner, fucking Thor, God of Thunder. Fuck you and fuck Asylum, dude.
Dude.
But that's the whole thing. That's all they do. They rip stuff off. You know.
I know.
Yeah.
The next movie I'm going to try watch if I can get online is their version of Jurassic World, which is Jurassic Domination.
What? I think you downloaded the wrong movie, if you know what I mean.
But that's the thing, right? Because what I was saying in my review is so many people must come across their movies and think, "Oh, Top Gunner, great! It's the new Maverick movie."
What?
No.
Exactly.
I swear to God, if someone ever said that to me, like to my face, I'd have to headbutt them. I'd have to knock some sense into them, dude.
Hey, well, Mike? What was that one movie that you had me watch? That was an Asylum movie. Was that
When a Killer Calls?
Oh, When a Killer Calls. Okay, and yeah, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, When a Stranger Calls. So that's how they be throwing people off, man. So like When a Stranger Calls, I remember when that movie came out, and I'm watching, I'm like, wait a minute, this is not When a Stranger Calls. They be hustling people, man. They shouldn't be allowed to make movies.
Oh, it just hit me. Didn't they do they did Zombies, did they? Exactly. Exactly.
Also, honestly, just you fellas wait till I bring the Terrible Movie collab series back on my channel and you are all getting a bad movie.
Oh man. No, but Mike, so some of those be good, like the one with the water park that had the blades in it. What was that?
You lost me. You lost me the moment you said water park with water blades. What?
Yes, it's a water park with like the water slide had blades and shit coming like this. So when you went through it, you just got all dismembered. Yeah.
Oh boy,
that was actually pretty good. I actually did enjoy that one.
Right. Yeah, like with that one, Rashad, I remember like the first 10 minutes you would just get the slash of Aqua Slash.
Aqua Slash, that's what it was called.
And then,
you know what?
For the next 15 minutes you got no slash. And then the last 10 minutes you got the slash.
The slash, yeah. There was a long stretch where nothing happened. I said, wait a minute, this is a slasher movie with no slashing. Like, what the fuck? But
you know what?
The end kind of makes up for it.
I can't even get mad because I'm just not surprised anymore.
Hey, Aqua Slash, I'm telling you, man, it's we'll just fast forward to the end. You can skip the rest of it. Just go right to the end with the blades on the water slide.
It's the greatest short film of all time.
What?
I'm definitely going to give you two guys, Ryan and Nate. I'm definitely going to give you a terrible movie to watch after this. Just you wait.
Oh yeah.
Well, we've got some other comments here. We've got Adam from What the Gym saying, "Hey Mike and everyone, how are you all doing?" So hey Adam, doing good, my man.
Doing pretty good right now.
And I think we also had another question. Let me just scroll through here. Oh, here we go. What are some movies from Fox says, what are some movies you guys dislike that everyone else loves? Well, Rashad was saying The Northman.
Yeah, people love that movie,
yeah. Honestly, just to back you up a little bit more, I can remember when I walked out of The Northman, I had the biggest fucking smile on my face. I was like, man, that was so fucking great. Like, I need to go back and watch this again.
Oh,
but dude, everybody around me was like, man, that's the worst fucking movie I've ever. Like, walking out, everybody was talking shit about it. And I'm just looking at everybody like, did y'all walk out of the same fucking screening I just walked out of? What the hell? I overheard somebody talking about, I can't wait for Fast and Furious 10. I'm like, you completely just invalidated your whole argument the moment
Right.
you brought up Fast and Furious 10.
Yeah. No, well, listen, I felt, you know, because when I did my review, of course, I didn't see any other reviews on it. So when I finally put my review out, then I watched other people's reviews. Man, the Northman was great, man. The Viking story, and I'm just like, oh shit. I said, maybe I don't know nothing about movies, man. Because everybody was praising it, and I'm like, well, I'm like, maybe something's wrong with me. maybe I need to just give this movie critic shit up because I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, that's happened to me plenty of times, dude. Which I'll get into in a minute. You guys can go first.
Right. Well, Ryan, have you got any movies that you dislike that everyone else loves?
I mean, I can name two.
Sure.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. Everybody loved that movie.
I did not see that.
You didn't see it?
That was one of the films I tragically missed this year. Like, it was slated to come out at my theater, but for whatever reason, they pulled it at like the last minute. I still don't know why. And the only other theater they were showing it at was like 55 minutes from my house. I was like, I'm not driving 55 minutes to go watch a fucking movie. Yeah. But then they put it back in theaters about a month later. But by then it had already passed and I was reviewing other movies. So I'm one of those guys that never got to see Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Wow.
So you didn't care for it?
No, I did not. And I think mainly because like, I was thinking of like the multiverse thing and like the whole like superhero thing. See, I'm not like the most like I like superhero movies to a point, but like I'm not like really overly obsessed with like Marvel films like everybody else is, and like I'm like a little bit different in the perspective of like movies and stuff. But I don't know. I just maybe because I watched that movie really late at night or something like that, and it was just too much for like a 11 o'clock showing at night. Because I was the only because it was only me and like one other couple, and they left like halfway through. So so I don't know if it was just too much late at night. Maybe I need to give it another shot or something. But
I say give it another chance. I mean, to me, bro, that was like what the Multiverse of Madness was supposed to be. You know, not to spoil it. You know, as I know you haven't seen it, but I felt like what Multiverse of Madness should have did, that movie did. And not to mention, I thought Jamie Lee Curtis was she was hilarious in that movie too. Like I've never seen her this funny since Trading Places, but I think she damn near stole the movie for me.
Yeah,
it looks like a movie I shouldn't watch on LSD.
Try to watch it sober. Yeah, try to watch. If you watch it under the influence of something, man, you might get brain fried.
I'm not saying I do LSD. I'm saying for people that do, you probably shouldn't watch the movie. It's a bad idea. You're gonna freak out.
It's out there, bro. But it was great. Like I had such a good time with it because like these days, bro, movies put me to sleep. So I don't know if it's I'm getting old. But you can lose me just like that, where I'm like out. You know what I'm saying? I will fall asleep in a heartbeat, and that movie kept me engaged the whole 2.5 hours because there was always something going on. Like there was never downtime, any kind of slow moments. Like every single minute, every frame, there was something crazy happening.
Right.
But the one thing I love about that, Rashad, is on one hand the movie studios are laughing because they're getting your money. And on the other hand, you're having a really glorious nap.
yeah. Like the North. I slept through about maybe 40% of the Northman. I was out.
Yeah, the Northman's its runtime is like I think it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes, something like that.
So I probably only watched like maybe like an hour and 40 of it. You know.
Wow.
And then 5 minutes was listening to the old lady gagging and coughing because so I'll tell you what happened real quick. So somebody had got killed on screen, right? And then this person fell to their death. And the timing of it was so perfect because when this person fell, all you heard was, I can't breathe. I said, whoa. I said, yo, that is some crazy fucking surround sound. I said, that's that DTS, a motherfucker, ain't it? And then I heard it, I can't breathe. I said, oh shit, there's a lady coughing and gagging. And somebody had too much cologne on. And she was like, oh my God, why would you spray that in a movie theater? I can't breathe.
He said, man, the surround sound is great.
What? I'm like, yo, that DTS is a motherfucker, man.
God.
I'm already fighting to stay up, so I'm kind of in limbo. I don't know what's reality and what's in the movie, so I got stuck between worlds there for a second.
Oh
Well,
God.
Rashaad, I can imagine you going out of the theater screen after it's done and being like, "What's around on you guys?" Got?
Yeah. For real, like, man, that's y'all keep up the good work, man. Damn, that's some good sound.
But
I think the two movies I've seen this year that people, that I hated personally, that other people seem to really enjoy. I know a lot of people that really enjoyed Morbius, man. I thought Morbius was the biggest fucking travesty. It's one of the biggest travesties I've seen this year, man.
Oh wow,
it's not good.
It is not good at all, and it's got it. I'm really worried about what Sony is smoking in their crack pipes, especially after they just released the synopsis for the Kraven movie that's coming out next year. It just from the sound of it, Kraven's going to make Morbius look like an Academy Award nominated movie, man.
Oh,
fucking God,
that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah,
Good.
The second one is Jurassic World Dominion. I fucking hated Jurassic World Dominion, and everyone around me is looking at me like, you know, kind of like Rashawn said, well, you just don't fucking get it. It's a popcorn movie. You're supposed to enjoy it for what it is. I'm like, I agree. It is a popcorn movie. It's a shitty popcorn movie. I don't get it. I said in my review, it just feels like it's being directed by three separate directors, man. It's all over the place. Character motivations are just up in the air. It feels like they're just doing shit for the hell of it. like why is Chris Pratt here? I still don't know what the fuck he's doing. It was cool seeing the main trio come back, and it's cool seeing the main trio come back, but they're just ultimately there for fan service. It's the Palpatine syndrome. And the fucking villain, man. Like, I don't know what the hell they were thinking when they wrote his sorry ass, but
It was horrible.
Good God. Like, if I had Thanos, Palpatine, Vader, and a few other villains lined up in a row in chairs, and they had, I guess you could say they're having like tryouts, you know, who's going to join the villain league, and that jackass was sitting across from him, they'd laugh at him. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. He just didn't feel threatening either. That was another thing that pissed me off, because, you know, he's the head of this big evil corporation. When I think big evil corporation, you know, they're killing motherfuckers for speaking out and, you know, assassinating people. No, this guy's just going to sit in his chair like this and kind of just let people do what they want and not do anything. Fuck that guy and fuck that movie, man.
Yo, you almost like Mr. Burns right there, but that was pretty good.
Michael tell you, I'm pretty good at doing some impressions, man.
Well, dude, honestly, I've got something to say about Jurassic World Dominion. Very quickly, got lovely just saying about Morbius, which we were just very quickly talking about, saying she didn't like Morbius either. It had so much potential, but they dropped the ball. Yeah,
they really did.
False marketing as well.
You know what's funny?
Did they release that back in the theater, like after some kind of campaign or something?
They did, but that's the thing. That shows me how out of touch Sony is with this whole thing, because the reason they re-released it is because the biggest thing that's come out of Morbius is all the memes. Like, people are laughing their fucking asses off at the movie, and they're not laughing with the movie, they're laughing at it. And Sony's looking at it and going, oh, well, they love our movie, let's re-release it. And everyone's looking at them like, no, dog, you've completely missed the point. We don't like your movie.
Damn. So I'm curious, well, how did the numbers do when they re-released it? Did they make it?
I
think it made $1 million, I don't think.
No, on the first weekend that they re-released it, I heard it only made $20,000.
Oh my God, that's embarrassing.
That's
embarrassing, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Jared Leto should never do another superhero movie ever again.
That's the thing. I don't even think it's Jared Leto's fault. That movie ultimately suffers from just studio interference, man. They're just hijacking this whole fucking thing. They think they can build this whole universe without Spider-Man, and they can't. How are you going to build a universe around Spider-Man's villains but have no Spider-Man?
No Spider-Man, yeah. Right. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I wanted to touch on with this question from Fox, which Nate was bringing up, and I want Rashad and Ryan's opinion on this also.
Mhm.
One thing, so don't get me wrong, right? So Jurassic World Dominion, I was open and honest in my review. I thought, like as we said, like a popcorn movie, it's definitely that. And there was points I was certainly entertained for sure. It has negatives, but so does everything. But one bit that got me right, and I was like, this is some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Right? It is so throughout the first Jurassic World movie, we've got Chris Pratt going like this to Blue, right?
Right.
And of course, he's training Blue. He's a raptor trainer. Fair enough. But then there's a point in this movie where he's doing like this to like two T-Rex. And I'm like, you've literally got your hands out right now for both arms to be ripped off your body.
Dude, I kid you not. When I was in the theater, there was a there was a group of teenagers above me. They were all yelling, "Eat him! Eat him!" Eat.
Well, bro, that would have made the movie so much better if that did happen. If he was like, all right, now, hey, kind of like what happened to Vincent D'Onofrio in the first Jurassic World. Because remember, he tried to do the same thing to Blue, and Blue bit his fucking hand off.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Sorry, Mike. Didn't mean to take over. Continue.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was saying. Like, so, like Rashad was just saying there, like, again, fair enough, he trained raptors, but not like two massive, like, T-Rex sized dinosaurs who were like, what the fuck's this hand movement that you're doing right now? Is he trying to enter the Matrix or something?
Like, dude, it's like they completely forgot the rules of their own universe. And it just doesn't make any fucking sense. And look, it's a very pretty film. I like the dinosaur visuals. It does, like you said, it does have moments in it that are genuinely fun and enjoyable. But the biggest problem I have with it at the end of the day, aside from the villain, there's no fucking tension in it at all. Like, not once during the movie did I ever not once during the movie was I watching it and going, okay, this person's going to die. That person's going to die. No, I was like, that guy's going to live. That guy's going to live. That guy's going to live. It didn't matter what kind of life or death situation they got into. At the end of the day, I knew nobody's dying in this movie. So why the fuck am I supposed to feel scared when all these T-Rexes are trying to eat their fucking asses at the end of the movie? It was just bad.
Yeah, well, even them copying the first Jurassic World. Now, mind you, I was very merciful in my review for it. I think because I watched it in Dolby, and you can watch an Asylum movie in Dolby, and it makes it look fucking amazing. You know what I mean? So I was very merciful with Dominion. But yeah, the more I think about it, the more I hear what people say about it. I can't argue. The movie's not very good, and the whole thing with that the big giant, the Gigantosaurus or whatever. Even in my review, I said, like, he was a waste of time. Like, they introduced this big dinosaur that he's supposed to be bigger than the T-Rex, bigger than everything, but I didn't feel no kind of threat from him. I thought, like, okay, who cares?
I called it the holy shitosaurus.
Yeah, the holy shit.
The holy shitosaurus.
Yeah, he was a waste of time. And so, yeah, they copied the whole thing where, okay, the T-Rex is supposed to be dead. Now the T-Rex gets up, he teams up with the other dinosaur, they take him out. I'm like, okay, we've seen this already in the first Jurassic World. It worked then, it doesn't work now. The fuck are y'all doing?
But you know, like the best dinosaurs to come out of the Jurassic World trilogy is the Indominus Rex.
Facts.
I wish we got more of the Indominus Rex. And that dinosaur shark that we barely see.
Oh, the Mosasaurus, I think the Mosasaurus, I think it's called, or something like that.
Yeah. We see it like in glimpses, and every time you see it though, it kills someone.
I like the idea of the
someone.
I like the idea of the Indominus Rex. The problem I had with Jurassic World was that was the problem. I'm like, why are we combining dinosaur DNA and creating new dinosaurs? I'm like, okay, the thing about the first Jurassic Park movie, it felt special because at the time when it came out, no one had seen anything like it. You know, you're talking about innovations in special effects, once again, that people had never seen before. You know, when you're watching the scenes with the raptors, that's not CGI, man. That's puppeteering. You know, puppeteering, practical effects. You know, people had never seen anything like that before. And you know, it felt tense and it felt scary at times because they're on an island. They can't go anywhere. There is no way out. They're stuck there with these fucking dinosaurs that are on the run, and death could come at any minute. That's where you get, you know, the atmosphere and the tension from. But with these newer movies and the ones after that, it completely misses the point of the first one.
Nah, definitely. Look, I want to add to that too. I think Dominion had a premise that could have worked. The whole thing with the dinosaurs roaming the earth with the humans, which they kind of, they kind of touched on a little bit. So just the fact that you have dinosaurs walking the earth with us, they could have took that and ran with it, but instead they made this whole thing about the locusts and eating the farm crop. I'm like, dude, like, why? Just stick to the task at hand. Dinosaurs roaming the earth. Take that simple plot and run with it.
Right. They set that up at the end of Fallen Kingdom, but in this movie they don't do anything with it at all. It's just, okay, the dinosaurs are living in the human world now. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, dude, how cool would that be? You watch a scene with some random guy taking the trash out, and T-Rex just come and just snatch his ass up and go into the fucking woods. That's scary.
Or, dude, show people flying on a passenger jet or some shit like that, and a fucking pterodactyl just starts tearing that shit out of the air.
Right.
Why would you not do stuff like that? But no, because that would require that would require effort and thought of. God!
So instead, let's make giant locusts that eat everything. And mess up our food supply.
But Ryan, I was going to ask, do you have anything else to add to this?
Sorry.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those movies that, like, I didn't expect it to have good writing at all. I mean, the last one, the second one, the Fallen Kingdom or whatever, I mean, I didn't really like that one that much, but
they still could have tried.
I just didn't really have a lot of, expectations for it. So I wasn't really disappointed. I mean, I was cool that we got to see like the dino action and all that. And that's really all I was watching it for. You know, I didn't expect much of a story but I don't know. The villain was really bad. And the locust thing, that was just
ultimately the villain's motivations is simply this: I'm going to get rich and powerful, even though I'm already rich and powerful.
You can never be too rich.
Nah.
Yeah.
And it's funny too, because I went to see it a second time, and I took my son the second time. And my son
God bless you.
Well, seriously, my son really wanted to watch it in 3D, so I was like, okay, we'll go and watch it. And he says to me, "Dad, this movie is so long." And he doesn't really do that. So if he's doing that,
that's kid code for boring.
Yeah, and it's sad, man, because Jurassic Park is just like I saw the first one in theaters. So this is how old I am. Do the math. I was 13 when that movie came out. So they could never recapture that magic. That was the first Jurassic Park. Like when I first saw that T-Rex breakout scene, like I'm in my seat. Like mind you, I'm 13, so I think I'm like, holy shit! Like I was a scared little kid for the first time in a long time because I've never seen no shit like that, and they never could recreate that with the other movies.
Yeah, and dude,
it's sad.
And they execute the tension and set up the reveal of the T-Rex so perfectly. Like they're just sitting there calmly on the side of the road, and all of a sudden, camera pans down towards the glass, and you see the ripples in the water. Right. So your mind is taking over at that point. You're like, okay, what is that big that is making the earth rumble like that? You're like, holy fuck. And dude, when it comes through the gates and you get that classic roar, you're like, holy fuck. You're
about to go down.
Yeah. You were shitting yourself at that point.
Yeah. But dog, that's the mastery of Steven Spielberg, man. I mean, he doesn't make good movies too much anymore now, but yeah, he's a master at that, man. Like, so they like the next time they do a Jurassic Park movie, they should come to him and be like, "Yo, help us kind of do what you did in that first movie." Because to me, no director does suspense like Spielberg does. I don't give a damn. Nobody.
I don't think they need to make any more after this. Because what are they gonna do?
They'll think of something.
What we're gonna put fucking raptors on the moon or something and have Vin Diesel right on top of them?
Who knows? I mean, anything's possible.
You know what? I'm gonna shut my mouth because I don't want to give him any fucking ideas.
Listen, yo, people joked about Fast and Furious. The next one they're gonna be in space. 2 years later, wow, they fucking went to space. like, man, we were just joking. Like, it was a joke, and they actually did it.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, And to be fair, the last thing I'll say, because we've got quite a few questions I want to quickly get through.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, one thing I want to say is if they ever did do that idea, Nate, where they put Vin Diesel in space with the Raptors, you got two big franchises that sell billions of dollars of tickets.
In my movies,
first,
if it was in my movie, I'd make that shit cool and exciting. But none of these motherfuckers can do shit like that, apparently.
Nah.
See,
Raptors,
now that,
your family.
Now, if they ever brought back the spoof genre, that would be a perfect spoof genre movie. But more of a serious movie, we've got Q saying that he can't wait for Nope.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that too.
Because after seeing like 2 trailers, I have no idea what that shit is about, and I love it. Like, I love when I can watch a trailer and like, I want to see this, but I don't know what it's about.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of like movie trailers are lacking nowadays. Like, you know what's going to happen, whereas Nope, like Q was saying, I don't think any of us have a clue fully what it's about. You know, so
actually, I kind of do, because they released a whole fucking trailer where they basically tell you what's going on. So it's not entirely ruined for me. I'm still excited for it because I love Get Out. I love Us. I think Jordan Peele is a really good director when he's at the helm of some kind of horror. So I'm still excited.
Awesome. Well, no spoilers for us.
No.
But Q says, who do you think is a better director, Ari Aster or Jordan Peele?
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele.
Ari Aster.
Ari Aster. Wow.
Because I like Midsommar and I like Hereditary. I know not everybody's a fan, but I love those movies.
Cool.
Right.
I mean, I did like Get Out a lot. I don't know if I really liked Us as much with Jordan Peele, but I did like Get Out a lot. So.
Us is a very weird movie.
Yeah.
You have to really like. I love the tension and the atmosphere in it. Like, dude, when he walks out on the porch and all 4 of them are standing there in shadow and you can't see their faces and they all just kind of scurry off and split up after he yells at them, you're like, yep, nope, fuck that.
Nope.
But with the movie Us, like, that's like the one review that I've done a lot of reviews, bro. And that's the one review that I did where I did not know what to say. So I spent half of my review, and my daughter's off camera. I spent half of that review saying, I don't know what the fuck to say about this movie. Like, what the hell I'm not even looking at the camera. Like, if you go back and watch it, I'm looking at my daughter like, what the fuck do I say about this movie? It was all right. I think I liked it. It's kind of weird. So the whole point of this, and what the fuck? What is this movie even about?
Here's your daughter off camera, just like this with a cue card. Say this.
My daughter's off camera. Like, Liz, I don't know, because she went with me to go see it. So yeah, that's the one movie review that I did where I couldn't even tell you what the fuck was going on. Yeah,
I still don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, every time I try to watch it, I'm like, okay, what is the metaphor here?
Yeah,
but I don't get it.
I don't get it, but I still like it though. That's weird.
Yeah. All right, Mike, what else you got?
Well, we got here one from Jason saying, I went to a Jackie Chan movie a year ago, I think, and was surprised to see the whole movie was in Chinese with no subtitles. The other people there walked out the movie in 10 minutes in.
Really?
I didn't know Jackie Chan did a movie a year ago. What movie was that?
Yeah,
I know he's been doing a lot of relatively on the low projects, if you know what I mean.
Really?
I think so.
I love Jackie Chan, man. Yeah, I want to find this movie out because
and they walked out and they walked out because it was in Chinese with no subtitles. That's fucked up.
Well, to be fair, I would probably walk out if it's got no subtitles because I don't understand the language.
Yeah, what are they saying?
Yeah.
Can't like relate with that movie. You'd be like, oh, it's a cool action scene, but I don't know what the story is going into that.
Well, it's funny because, you know, I remember when I got Ghost of Tsushima for Christmas. I love that game, by the way. You know, I couldn't figure out how to turn on subtitles when I started playing it, but I had accidentally put the whole. Nice. I got it back there too. I accidentally put it in Japanese, and I'm sitting there watching the cutscenes, and they're doing these big glorious battles and talking in Japanese, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that guy just said, but I bet it's awesome.
Well, exactly. That only relates so much. We've also got the viewer Drew, which is quite an interesting question. He says, "What are you guys' thoughts on James Mangold directing Indiana Jones 5? For me, it's amazing because he directed Logan, which is amazing, and Wolverine, which is underrated." Well, Rashad, I know you're like an OG with Indiana Jones. So what James Mangold directing?
There are only 3 Indiana Jones movies, and there will only ever be 3 Indiana Jones movies.
Rashad,
I respect James Mangold. Yes, he did a great job with Logan. Yes, I respect him. I love him. Leave Indiana Jones alone. There are 3. Last Crusade was the last one. Everything else after that does not count.
I feel like me, Rashad, and my uncle are all about to have a sit down, have a beer, and talk shit about the shitty Indiana Jones sequels.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Oh my god, dude, he absolutely hates Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Like the hate and vitriol my uncle has for that movie is unparalleled. Keep in mind, I've seen movies in my life that I absolutely despise, but I have never seen any mortal man lose their mind over a movie like my uncle did for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. He hates it. And dude, I'm kind of with him in the same boat. As for this, it's just unnecessary, man. It really is. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull did not hit home for me. I highly doubt that this is going to hit home at all. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter what kind of director they get to helm this, because the thing about Indiana Jones is it's a product of a bygone era. You can't really tell the same stories you could back in the 80s in current times, because the world has changed so much now. You got people out there who lose their fucking shit every time they see a swastika or something like that. I think, we got 3 really good Indiana Jones movies. We just need to leave it at that, leave it in the past, and cherish those movies for what they were. Amen. We don't need an Indiana Jones 5.
Church.
I love what he did for Logan. I will always appreciate Logan, but we don't need Indiana Jones 5. Okay.
Amen.
Yeah. You can't do some of the things that got away with, like Temple of Doom, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Which is my personal favorite.
Right. Mine too.
I love Raiders of the Lost Ark. Probably in my top 10 favorite movies of all time if I ever make that list.
Amen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ryan, what about you? What's your thoughts on James Mangold?
So I actually have not seen any of the Indiana Jones movies, but
woo!
Hold on, I now see Rashad's face over there. But I actually have pre-ordered all the steelbooks that they're coming out with, and I'm going to watch. I know the first one. I'm going to have it in my haul coming up, but I did get the first one, and then the second and third are coming out this month in August. So I'll be able to see at least the first 3 films, and then the fourth one everybody says sucks. So. I'll just have to see
there's only 3. There's only 3.
Rashad, and this is without spoiling the fourth one for Ryan. Yeah. Rashad, do you remember the fridge?
Yeah, I do. I do. I wish I didn't remember it, but I do. I would love to erase that out of my mental database, but I can't.
Ryan is like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, that's good not to know. I love going into something and not knowing much. I mean, I don't know much about those movies actually. I just
Dude,
know that.
Ryan, I'm telling you, when you get to that point, when you see and connect the dots on what me and Rashad are talking about, you are going to laugh your ass off. It's going to be the hardest laugh you've ever had watching a movie.
Yeah, sober.
Sober. You don't even have to be drunk.
You don't have to be drunk. Yeah.
You just get drunk watching the movie.
Well, Ryan, I'm looking forward to your thoughts, and I hope you review them on your channel as well. I really want to know your thoughts on Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I think I may do that because it's classic movies.
Right.
Oh man, all-time greats. Like rated. I mean, I love all 3 of them, but in different ways. Like to me, Temple of Doom is just my personal favorite, and then I say Raiders: The Last Crusade. But I love all 3 of them though.
Right. Dude, my 3 favorite movies out of the late 70s and early 80s: fucking Empire Strikes Back, Raiders, Jaws. Mm-hmm. Fuck, man.
Good, great taste.
Very good.
Great taste. Yeah,
right.
I was raised well.
Amen.
I told my uncle the other day, I was like, when I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Well, hey, I have a 17-year-old daughter, and I think I've raised her well too, because she knows movies that I know for sure most of her classmates don't know. Like she knows
Oh, no.
Dolomite. She knows Dolomite. She knows, the old Star Wars trilogy, Richard Pryor. She
Dude,
brings Richard Pryor. They're like, who's Richard Pryor? You don't know who Richard Pryor is? Because I taught her well.
Senior year of high school, I can remember trying to tell a few kids about Hellraiser, and they were like, "What the fuck is Hellraiser?"
Wow.
I was like, "Wow." I don't know if they're the uncultured ones or if I am, because I'm living in a completely different time frame than they are, apparently.
Yeah.
Damn, that's you. I got to meet your parents, man. I got to give them a high five. Great job.
Oh no, this ain't my parents. Like, my parents can't stand it when I talk about movies.
Oh, okay.
They get so confused and they're like, "Who are you talking about? And what are you talking about?" My uncle, man, he taught me everything I needed to know about cinema.
Okay, well, I gotta meet your uncle then, yeah, because he got great taste.
Oh, he's great. I love him to death.
Yeah, no, I agree. And just got a couple of other comments. We've also got Fox has seen, got to head out. Had a great time. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, Fox.
For hanging out.
Peace.
Viewer Drew says good news is that they saw Black Mass last night, which was a really good movie. Johnny Depp was absolutely bone chilling.
I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah,
is that newer? Is that recent?
Yeah, it's about 4 years. Yeah, 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, Ryan. Yeah, I agree. I think it's good a few years ago now. I remember. I think I saw that in the cinema, 2015. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, I like Lovely's question.
Yeah, Lovely's got a question here. He says, "I have a question for you guys. Did you like Ambulance, Michael Bay movie?" So this is a movie that I actually did not get a chance to see, but I've heard it's meant to be quite good. Ryan, what do you think about Ambulance?
I loved it. I know some people didn't like the camera movements and everything like that, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's one of those movies that it's you have to have a little bit of movie magic in certain aspects with it.
Suspend your disbelief.
Yeah, especially when they're driving around and they're performing. I'm just gonna say this. I'm not gonna try to spoil too much, but where they're driving around, they're like performing this surgery and they're going like 90 miles an hour. Some movie magic.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I like moments like that because you are aware that they are going about 90 miles an hour with fucking police chasing them while they're performing a surgery. So, that's already tense on its own because one fucking wrong move and this person is gone. So, yeah.
I see. I've heard about these kind of key scenes. But yeah, Ryan, I'm glad you had a great time with Rashad. Have you seen Ambulance? I
haven't seen Ambulance yet, but I'm gonna get to it though. I like Michael Bay. I don't give a damn what nobody says. I'm a Michael Bay fan.
Meikle Bay to me is like that ex-wife that I go back to every once in a while just because the sex was good. Because I'm serious. Like I have the first 3 Transformers movies on Blu-ray. These are guilty pleasures from my childhood. They're not the most perfect movies. Believe me, my uncles have completely disowned this. They've disowned these movies because they're like, well, that's not Transformers. I'm like, but it's my Transformers because I grew up with it. So I like these 3 movies. I like what Bay did with these. I don't like the 4th or the 5th one. Like, for whatever reason, they turned me off really bad. I was like, this is not what I was watching a few years ago. What is going on here? I didn't like the 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies he did. I like aspects of them. I mean, Shredder looks like fucking Megatron, dude. I'm like, I feel like I'm watching Transformers again.
Did he actually direct that? I thought he was just a producer on it. He
produced it, but man, that movie still has Michael Bay's ass stank all over it. I think Ambulance falls into that realm of movies like Bad Boys. When Michael Bay can do ridiculous, over the top shit and just act crazy, balls to the walls, his movies are really good. He can make a movie like Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2, where shit is just blowing up and fucking insane, and it'd be really good. And I think
that's the kind that I like.
That's very much what Ambulance is. My only gripe about Ambulance is that I feel like it's a little too long. They have the whole heist sequence for the first 30 minutes of the movie, which it's not really a spoiler. I mean, it's in the trailer. You know how they get to the ambulance. But they spend so much time of that movie in the ambulance that about halfway through the movie, I'm looking at my watch like this.
Damn.
Like fucking God, like holy
Yeah.
shit, like we're still here. And it's not a bad thing. I still enjoyed it for what it was, but it needed to be a little shorter.
Well, he's known for he's known for his long run times. I think.
Oh yeah,
Bad Boys is probably his shortest movie, but yeah, Bad Boys 2 was like 2.5 hours. One of my personal favorites, Pain and Gain, that was like over 2.5 hours. I love Pain and Gain. Like people will say that movie is disgusting and just chauvinistic and just but I liked it. You know,
Yeah.
it was funny to me. But he's known for his long run times, man. Michael Bay would never make a movie shorter than 2.5 hours. That's not gonna happen.
It must be in his contract.
I think Transformers. Sorry.
I'm just saying it must be in his contract whenever he approaches the studio, being like, right, it's even 2.5 hours or I'm not signing the dotted line.
Yeah.
I think his longest movie is Age of Extinction. That movie's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
An extra 10 minutes for more explosions.
Yeah, 10 more minutes of doing absolutely nothing, watching Optimus Prime talking about kill humans, fuck humans. I'm like, that's not Optimus Prime. Like,
where Optimus Prime goes heel?
Oh God, dude, the moment he's sitting there talking about, I've always defended humans, but when I find out who did this, they're going to die. I'm like,
wow.
That's some shit Megatron would say, man. Not Optimus Prime.
I never thought I would see Optimus Prime go heel. That's crazy.
Like, but dude, like when you're thinking top 10 heroes of all time, like heroic Superman type level characters, Optimus Prime is like in the top 5, dude. You don't fuck that up. And Michael Bay fucked it up. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm done. Bye.
Man.
Well, we've got Lovely just on very quick about Ambulance, which we were to talk about there, guys. Is she said that she was on the fence with the movie. So I know that Nate and Ryan likes it. Me and Rashad haven't seen yet, so I'm excited to see Rashad's thoughts, especially as he's a fan of like Michael Bay's kind of past movies. And Lovely also says Rashad, her kids are the same. That they know like 16 Candles, Weird Science.
Oh, I love Weird Science.
Weird Science, underrated movie.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's so weird in the
Weird Science.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
You've never seen the movie where they literally program a computer to make a fucking woman for them?
No. Yeah, it's Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein, but they use a woman as the Frankenstein's monster. They make her a sex pod, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she's like the hottest thing to come out of that time period of movies. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, Kelly LeBrock was hot. Hell yeah.
Exactly. Lovely. What?
Even Lovely shocked Ryan.
There's a lot of old movies I haven't seen. Like a lot of the stuff that Rashad talks about. Like he watches a lot of the 80s stuff. A lot of that stuff I haven't watched, like the mafia movies and stuff. I haven't watched a lot of that before.
So like Goodfellas and
I haven't watched any of them. I know.
Oh snap!
Damn,
classes in session.
Well, Rashad's had he's still got me in class in session. So I've now, thanks to Rashad, I've now finally seen all the Rocky movies. I've finally seen all the Rambo movies, and I think Rashad is it Commando next?
Yes, Commando Schwarzenegger. You put the knife in me,
Rashad is like, I am a man of culture.
Exactly, man. Come on. But I'm embarrassed though, because as much as I pride myself on knowing like every 80s movie's known to man, I have a cousin that's older than me that has to school me every now and then because I've never seen this movie called The Last American Virgin. And he put me on to. He's like, yo, what about The Last American Virgin? I said, you haven't seen Last American Virgin and you a film critic? Okay, imagine me with the volume turned all the way up. That's my older cousin. He's my evil twin. Okay, if I'm Shazam, he's Black Adam. He rolled me like, man, you gotta watch Last American Virgin right now. And I watched it. And I said, holy shit, I'm embarrassed because I love the movie, man. It was like I gave it an A+. I recommend anybody watch that. Yeah.
It sounds like my uncle when we were talking about martial arts movies. I told him I had never seen Enter the Dragon, and he about like put me in a chokehold and put me to sleep. It's like, oh no.
Enter the Dragon is a must. Yeah. Look, okay, you've seen that. Okay, yeah. Last American Virgin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna have to get Lovely and Rashad on this stream and we'll just talk 80s movies as well.
Oh, I'm down for it. Let's go.
Right. But yeah, like Last American Virgin, Rashad, I know that you watched that movie like what, three days in a row?
Yeah,
Or 3 times in a row?
you know what? You know, because that movie, like sometimes you just watch a movie that just really resonates with you, that you really connect to because you've been there. So watching that, I'm like, holy shit! Like I lived this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I was that guy.
Tarzan.
I related to it. Yeah, it was. I was watching the white version of. I was watching the white version of myself. It was crazy.
Oh my god,
Man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie because I know you've said it's a good movie. I know Pete from Play Tendo Guy, he's also really enjoyed that movie. So
Yeah.
clearly there must be a damn good movie. You've not put me on a bad movie yet, to be honest.
Oh, thank you.
Whereas I put Rashad on just basically all the silent movies.
I know, right? Like, damn, give me some good cinema. Mike, you got me watching Aqua Slash.
Trav said, Rashad, you better stay away from the lighthouse.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
If you didn't like it,
the Lighthouse, Rashad, stay away from it.
Oh,
if you didn't like the Northman, you're not gonna like the Lighthouse.
Wait, isn't that the black and white movie with Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I like it because it's so simple in its execution and its premise. Let's just put two people in an enclosed space and see how long it takes them to go fucking nuts. That's literally what the Lighthouse is, and it's, man, there are moments in it that are slow, but man, when it ramps up the crazy, you're like, what is going on here?
Oh wow.
All right. Well, very quickly, Ryan, have you got any movies that you've seen recently that you really loved?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I've seen Ryan in my comments section. He's like,
that's a reference to the movie, by the way.
Right.
Right. Ryan's like, I didn't like that movie, but I respect your opinion.
Yeah, of course. I always do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people really like Black Phone, but I had a lot of hype for that movie, and I didn't like it as much as everybody else. I mean, I didn't hate it. Don't get me wrong, but maybe because I watch a lot of horror movies, and I didn't really consider that to be like a full-fledged out horror movie, and that's what I was expecting, I think. So maybe that's why I didn't like it as much. I don't know.
Here's a question for you guys that Ryan's brought up the Black Phone, because I've been dying to talk about the Black Phone, but we've been distracted by so much other stuff. As long as you guys are cool to go, like, say another 10 minutes.
Yeah,
sure. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I could do this all day.
Same here. But so very quickly with the Black Phone. So I know that I love Black Phone. Personally, it's one of my favorite horrors in the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I know Rashad knew nothing about it and absolutely loved the movie. I knew Nate gave it a rating of The Gift from the Gods, so he loved the movie as well.
Actually, I did not give it the Gift from the Gods rating.
Oh, to the collection, right?
Yeah, my to the collection rating. Yeah,
to the collection. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew it was 1 or 2, and I know Ryan was a little bit on the fence a bit. But here's the question for you guys. I'll start with Ryan. Would you like to see a prequel to the Black Phone that explains like Ethan Hawke's backstory?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'd still watch it because I like Ethan Hawke as an actor in general. I mean, that was my main drawing point to go watch that movie anyway. So,
right.
That's a really hard question for me to answer because, dude, Ethan Hawke does so good in that movie. Here's the thing. I feel like the fear of the unknown is really scary. I feel like what makes Ethan Hawke scary in that movie is because, I mean, you can all attest to this. They really never explain where he came from or what his motivation is. He's just some fucked up, crazy sicko that's kidnapping and killing kids. Sometimes you don't need a reason for that. Some people in the real world are just naturally sick and fucked in the head. And I think that's what's really scary about him is because we don't know that much about him. We don't know his motivation. So when he does something, you're like, oh, he's just doing it for the fuck of it. That's fucked up. I feel like that's what makes him scary. So, I mean, would it be cool to kind of get some context? Maybe. It's from a certain point of view, but I feel like the fear of the unknown is more scary than anything else. So, you know, I'm 50-50 on that.
Yeah, dude, that's fair. And well, Rashad, I was going to ask you, like, so what's your opinion on it? Because one thing I'm a little bit curious by is if they did do a prequel, would they do it where they explain his backstory but try to make you feel sorry for him, like they did with like Don't Breathe 2, where they try to make you feel sorry for like Stephen Lang's character? So what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with my man here. I say just leave it be. Kind of like Freddie back in the day. You know, Freddie was a child murderer. You know, Bash the son of 100 maniacs, but you really didn't see his backstory until Freddie's dead, which was one of the dumbest fucking movies ever made. You know what I mean? So I say just leave it alone. One and done. Dope
Great
movie.
graphics.
Don't. I hated that movie. Yeah,
I know, it's bad.
If you give too much context into something, like it just takes away from the mystique of the character. From like you said, the unknown. When it leads to your imagination, that's what makes it even more scarier. Just leave it be.
Right.
That's it, and that's all.
Yeah, no, dude, that's fair. And I know, obviously, throughout the movie, they imply at certain times, like, it's a bit of his backstory about being a kid, about getting, like, those kind of phone calls that Finney does throughout the movie.
Right.
So, yeah, being honest with you guys, so I know, like, Rashad and Nate, I know you guys are a bit like, no, like, just one and done kind of thing. Yeah. I don't know if I'm maybe a bit on the side of Ryan here, and I would kind of like a prequel, maybe not explaining everything that happens, but maybe even if they explain a little bit about the childhood, but actually like we get to see more murders that he did that you don't get to focus on in the movie. Because I'm assuming he killed more than them 4 kids or whoever, 5 kids on the phone. Yeah. But again, I'm on the side of Ryan with that. I would like to personally kind of see something like that. And I think it's going to make a lot of money.
They do. I
talk that shit, but I'll still go see it though if they did, make it. But
I mean, if they decided to do it, I'd have to go see it because I'd have to review it. But if they did something like that, then I would say yes. Yeah. I don't need a full blown backstory into his childhood or he's doing this for this specific reason. If they wanted to do a prequel where we get to see more murders that he did and all that, because they set up in the movie that he's been doing this for years. So, this is not the first time he's kidnapped some kid and locked him in a basement. So if we got more of that, I mean, I'd be down.
Sure.
Yeah, but I know that was some tense shit though, man. Like I was like, especially like to me, like the most tense moment was when he left the door open for him to escape. And then of course he was warned like, hey, don't go up there because he's waiting up there. Like he's describing what he's about to walk into, and you see him sitting in that chair, sleep with that creepy ass mask on, with the belt in his hand. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Well, the thing is, and I said in my review too, I feel like the supernatural elements kind of add flair to the movie. And I talked about this in a review with Joseph MSK. He said the phone thing kind of turned him off a bit because it's never really explained why he's able to hear the voices of these other kids that have, been murdered. I have a pretty good theory about what's going on because they do set up something earlier on in the movie that kind of alludes to it. It depends on how you look at it. I'm sorry, I forgot. Everyone has seen The Black Phone, right?
Yeah, we've all seen The Black Phone.
Okay. Sorry. Because in the movie they set up the fact that her mother, their mother was psychic or might have been psychic. They tell you multiple times throughout the film that the daughter has the same gift. Do you think maybe it's possible that he got some kind of gift from their mother too?
That would be a logical explanation. Yeah. I could buy that.
Yeah, because it just doesn't make sense to me that she's seeing all these crazy fucking visions and doing all this psychic shit, and then he has nothing. Yeah. But if he has nothing, then why the hell is it that he can hear the voices of all these people that are dead?
And then even the Ethan Hawke character, the grabber, he had that same ability because they said he can hear, the phone too, but he just acts like he doesn't hear it, but he does.
Right. Yeah.
And then he's all this time just the father of the 2 kids being like, shit, well, where's my powers and all of this?
Yeah. and that was some disturbing shit. The way that little, I don't know the actress, but the little girl, the way she sold that when she was getting the ass whooped. Now, mind you, I've been the recipient of a lot of ass whooping by my mom, and when I say that was accurate, that was accurate, but it was disturbing. Like, damn,
dude, the thing with
I felt for her.
Dude, the thing with the dad actually brought a tear to my eye at one point, because I've been in a situation like that where I've seen someone in my family in such a dark place that it turns them into something like that. So watching that, I was like, you know, because they make you really hate the guy when you first see him, but the more they explore his character and they show you more of him, you kind of start to feel sympathetic for him. You're like, man, this guy's just fucked up. Like, I kind of bad for him. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, like this movie's like, you know, a lot of us love it, and I know Ryan's a bit on the fence, but I can understand why. At the end of the day, you know, it's not for everyone, and we all have like different expectations with horror. I mean, one thing I loved about this movie, because I have got a question here from Lovely I want to read out, is I just found this as a bit of a refreshing horror, that it wasn't just about CG ghosts, because that's what we get in every movie nowadays. It was more just kind of like just stripped back. It was a strip to like this guy, just a kidnapper. That's your story.
And dude, I think throughout the entire movie too, there was like one jump scare, just one. The entire movie is completely atmospherical. And dude, when they use that one jump scare, they use it in such a way that just gets you. I was sitting there watching the movie, and when it happened, I was like,
Look, no, I had to play it off because I had people like, you know. So when it happened, I was like, that shit ain't scared me.
He's like, y'all motherfuckers are pussies. I don't know what y'all pussies.
I had the hiccups, man. I had the hiccups. So that's why I jumped. but my heart was actually racing. Like, god damn.
Right.
Got me.
Right. Usually I do bitch a lot about jump scares, but they used that one really well, so I didn't mind it.
Yeah, if you can use it effectively, then by all means.
Oh yeah.
Well, this question's more specific for Rashad and Ryan. But Lovely says, haven't seen Black Phone yet, but the guys with kids, did you make you feel in a certain way? So Ryan, we'll go with yourself first.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really creepy that he's snatching these kids up, and I mean, you don't know what the heck he did with them. I mean, we know obviously that he murdered them, but I mean, we don't know what they went through, you know, leading up to that. And just like we were just talking about, we don't really know exactly what led him to be like how he is to be. Like, did he have a really deranged childhood, you know, growing up? Is this something that he saw, you know, somebody else do and he imitated, or what got him to this point? So that really made me think about it. But yeah, I mean, like, anytime you see somebody snatching a kid, you know, it makes you feel like, man, like, I, you know, want to hold my kid really safe. You know, I don't want anybody snatching my kid. You know, you have that fatherly instinct, you know, and like, you want to protect your kid, and you know, you always tell your kid, you know, don't talk to strangers and all that kind of stuff, you know, growing up. So yeah, it definitely made me think and reflect about like stuff that I tell my kid too. So yeah, I mean, he pulled off the, you know, the whole creepy vibe, and just, you know, what he did to those children, and it made me feel, you know, that way, of course.
Yeah, of course. No, yeah, it's a great question. And yeah, Rashad, is your thoughts similar to Ryan's?
Yeah, definitely. It's a reminder that you have to really keep an eye on your kids. Like, well, my daughter, she's 17 now, so I'm not worried about anybody snatching her, because my daughter has the strength of a small man. You know what I'm saying? So I know my daughter can hold her own. But now my son is 6, and like I'm stuck to him like white on rice. Like, no, I watch your every move. I go everywhere you go. You're not leaving my sight for a second, because that can and does happen. You know, I mean, minus the superstition stuff, you know, the ghostly stuff, but kids are snatched every day. You know what I mean? So I make sure that I'm within reaching distance of my son at all times. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I think it's like important with that as well, because especially as like that question is like, you know, for you guys that have kids, of course, and, you know, like a film like this kind of maybe may think, and, you know, in an extent, as we've said in this stream, it like expands outside of a movie. Like, this thing happens.
You know, it's
in every country, you know, not just in one country. So yeah,
you know, it's funny. I was driving home from Southport because I went and saw my girlfriend over the weekend. She lives 2 hours from me. You know, I was driving home, you know, because I have to go through downtown Southport to get to the highway, and it's a small vacation town. There's people everywhere. You know, I was driving and there was this kid just walking by himself on the side of the road. Dude, he looked like he couldn't have been no older than 10, 11, 12. I'm like, where the fuck are your parents? Like, you know, going back to the black phone, you think about movies like that, or you think about instances where you've heard of kids going missing and you're like, should you be doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But
yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Well,
but, you know, but at the same time, but you know, it was different when I was a kid though, because we were such a tight knit community where, you know, you couldn't just come and snatch a kid up without somebody being like, "Hey,
oh yeah,
so son, put him down." You
Dude,
know, like,
so
so everybody knew everybody, you know. So even if as a kid, if I did something bad, somebody would call my mom up to my, yeah, Jonita, your son was over here cursing somebody out. What? They should be waiting for me with the belt. So very tight knit with like when you have very tight knit communities, it's hard to do that. You know what I mean? But I guess it's a different time now where communities are not as tight knit. So if somebody gets snatched, nobody cares. But back when I was coming up, it was like, put him back. You know,
my mom, dude, my mom was like Eddie Griffin's mom. She was like, you can play from this cul-de-sac down to that stop sign. If you go to that stop sign, I will whoop your ass. And sure enough, dude, I tested her one day, rode my bike to the end of the stop sign. I turned around, looked back, and she's standing on the porch looking at me like this.
Yeah,
and I'm inching closer towards it, and I look back at her again. She's doing this. But yeah, we played from there, and we had a patch of woods next to our house, so we could go in the woods and play and not have to worry about strangers or people because it was private property. So I got that experience when I was a kid. It was good.
Yeah, I think we all do. And just very quickly, we're all going to end up wrapping this up in very, very shortly. Just want to answer the last couple of questions. Very quickly, just want to say lovely said about Rashad. That was some great answers. And Ryan also about the question with the black phone, you guys having kids. We have got 3 other questions. John's joined. So hey, John, how you doing? Viewer Drew says very quickly, what do you guys think? Which Spider-Man movie villain do you like the most? Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Mysterio, or Vulture? Green Goblin for myself. Ryan?
Green Goblin easily.
Rashad?
Well, yeah, especially judging from the last movie, yeah, I'd say Goblin.
I think Mike already knows the answer to that question.
Right.
Green Goblin.
Yeah. Right.
It's unanimous.
Full house. This one's probably an easy one also. Which MCU villain do you like more? Killmonger from Black Panther or Wenwu from Shang-Chi?
Killmonger.
Wenwu? Killmonger.
I like Killmonger. You know, I appreciate what they tried to do with Wenwu. I also like the joke about him talking shit. You know, they named me after a fucking fruit. Like what? Like what is this? Dude, I can remember watching Black Panther in the fucking theater, and the moment when they're looking at the sunset and, you know, he's dying in his arms, you know, he tells him, you know, bury me at sea, you know, with my ancestors, you know, the ones that jump from the ships rather than be caught in bondage. I was like, oh, that shit hurt. I was like, fuck, man, there's no beating that. There's not.
Yeah, because Killmonger wasn't like, he wasn't the typical villain. Like, he was in his own way. He felt he was doing right, and you understood why he was doing what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? To me, that makes the best villain. Where you're like, well, I understand where they're coming from. I understand why even though they do it in a fucked up way, but I get it.
Yeah, every villain is the hero of their own story. That's why villains like Thanos work so well.
Facts.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Ryan, Killmonger or Wenwu?
I'm gonna go with Killmonger.
Nice.
So we're all in agreement. You know, Team Killmonger.
Clean house. Well, we've got 2 more questions.
Okay.
Very quickly, Gareth from Video Tasty says, "What's your favorite piece of music from a film?"
I have too many. That's the problem.
Yeah, there's quite a lot. But if you
Piece of
guys had to
music
give
from
one
film.
example, what would you just quickly go with?
Off the top of the dome, Conan the Barbarian. You talking about like far as like musical score, like score or whatever? Because
Well, 'cause, yeah.
I could listen to that Conan soundtrack. Like I'll be driving in my car, dropping off a DoorDash delivery, and I hear that doom 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 doom. And I'm like, get out the car, I'm ready to fucking swing a sword. I love Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I would say mine. I would say like as of most recent anyway is the Batman theme tune from the Batman. Like I was driving along to like my local supermarket Tesco, and here I am like just driving and revving the car, and I'm like it's a 20-mile-an-hour zone. Here I am just like So yeah, the Batman. Ryan, what about you? Just one example.
I would say anything from the Batman or the Joker poster behind me. Definitely probably Joker. I mean, any of those. And then I would also say probably not one that many people would think of, but I really did like the Green Knight soundtrack.
Okay,
that's very unique. I like that.
Never seen that one.
That's an A24 film, Rashad.
Shit, never mind.
Rashad got all excited and then he was like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's why me and Rashad's never heard of it. And then Nate, what about you?
Man, just from, if I'm going off movies that just defined me as a lover of cinema and movies, man, probably Danny Elfman's score from Spider-Man. Fuck, man. Like I'll rewatch Spider-Man, and every time I hear that score, I get fucking chills every time I hear it. I'm like, God, Nathan, you're getting old as shit, man. But fuck, this movie is great.
It's my getting old. I had the oldest pick in this damn. I feel old because my shit's from 1982.
Yeah.
What? Spider-Man was 2002. What? Green Knight's 20. And I'm 1982. Goddamn.
Yeah, it's Green Knight. I've seen the comment down there. Green Knight. That is. It's a really well shot movie. If nothing else, if you don't like that movie, it's a good shot movie.
I need to go back and revisit it. I have very vague memories of it, but I remember liking it.
I just remember people in the theater when they got out of that because you could tell it wasn't like the normal kind of audience, more of like a mainstream kind of audience. I just remember people going, what the fuck did I just watch? I mean, I just as everybody out of the theater, they were just like dead silent, or they said
that's A24. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what mine and Rashad's reaction would have been like.
Exactly.
Well,
okay, so Nate. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go Rashad.
I was gonna say, so Nate. So you would put the Spider-Man score over Batman? Because I think to me, Batman was like Danny Elfman's like.
Here's the thing. I love Batman as a character. I think of all the characters in the DC pantheon, he is my favorite character. But I grew up with Spider-Man. I don't think there is a single character in my life that I've liked more than Spider-Man. And I think the reason I like him so much is because, dude, I can remember being a socially awkward fucking kid that was just nerdy, got bullied and picked on constantly. And when I see this fucking guy, I'm like, that's me. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying as far as the score, though, like the musical score.
Oh. Yeah. It's just, man, it's just something about it, man. There's something so entrancing. Like when I watch Spider-Man and I hear that score, this movie feels like an event. It doesn't feel like another run-of-the-mill superhero movie. It feels like I'm in for something truly special. And I feel like that's why the score works. And dude, it just works so well with Tobey's portrayal of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Like there's a certain emotion behind it that kind of evokes the emotions that are coming out of Tobey Maguire. And I love it, man. It's right up there with probably Duel of the Fates and Battle of the Heroes for me, man.
Ooh, Duel of the Fates, hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
okay, is Battle of the Heroes, that's when Obi-Wan and Anakin fought, right? In Revenge of the Sith, right?
Battle of the Heroes is Anakin and Obi-Wan. Duel of the Fates is Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul, and Obi-Wan.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was dope too.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, because like when most people think Danny Elfman, they say, Batman. So that's why I was asking. Okay, you would put the Spider-Man score over the score of Batman.
Yeah, and that's just my personal feeling, dude. I get, like I said, I get the appeal of the Batman score, but Spider-Man just resonates with me on a whole nother level.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice. Well, yeah. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this up. But just before we do, Ryan, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about what you've got coming up on your channel?
So I do have to edit a video. I just saw a movie called Mr. Malcolm's List. So that video will be coming out.
That's a good one.
So that one will be coming out. I have my Blu-ray haul coming out this week. I'll be seeing Thor this week and Minions this week. And then I have a review coming out for a new Shudder movie called Good Madam. So got quite a bit of stuff coming out.
Right.
Cool.
Nice. So Ryan's going to be definitely busy on his channel.
Yes.
So please go subscribe to Ryan. The link is down below in the description box. Rashad, what videos have you got coming out this week or early next week?
Well, I dropped a review for Stranger Things season 4 a couple days ago, so definitely check that one out. I just dropped my new Officer Jackson video today. Talking about the armed robbery that happened in the movie Dead Presidents. So and also I just got my ticket for Thor for Thursday, so that review should be dropping either Thursday night or Friday morning. And maybe the Minions this week. I'm still on the fence about going to take my son to see that. So possibly the Minions. Yeah. So other than that, that's pretty much all I got coming up right now.
Nice.
Rashad just doesn't want to get into a boxing match with someone at the theater over Minions.
I don't. It's been a long time since I busted somebody's lip. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Well, you can find the link to Rashad's channel down below in the description box. Got some awesome content, and the Officer Jackson parodies alone are amazing. So definitely go check them out. And finally, Nate, what have you got coming up on your channel this week?
Well, kind of like Rashad, I have a screening for Thor Thursday night. I think it's the 4:25 show, my time. Yeah. Speaking of Thursdays too, I'm actually going back and doing another episode of Throwback Thursdays. My mom convinced me to do it on Twilight, so I get to talk about Twilight.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Well, no. It's not as bad as you think. Here's the thing: Twilight it's one of those things that I watched with my mom as they were coming out. I've got certain fond memories of those movies. There are things about them I like. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're great movies. They are horrible fucking movies, but they have things in them that I do like and that I do appreciate. And I'm going to get to those things. So that's Thursday. I do have my Minions review coming out this week as well. I saw it a few days ago, but dude, I've been so fucking busy. I just haven't had time to sit down and record. Next week, I'm actually, in place of Throwback Thursdays, I'm doing a top 10 list. First top 10 list ever on the channel. Going to be talking about my top 10 favorite Disney movies of all time, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, like those are the top 10 movies, top 10 Disney movies that touched me as a kid. You know.
So that does include Pixar and...
No. Pixar is going to be its own list, but this is mainly 2D Disney films. Like you're talking Aladdin, Lion King, Tarzan, stuff like that. Yeah,
nice.
I'm really looking forward to doing that.
Cool.
Yeah, well, I think that will be a discussion in itself when you drop and everyone being like agree or disagree.
There's gonna be people that are mad at me. I already know that. I was making the list today. I'm looking at the picks and the list that I made. I'm like, people are gonna fucking find me and lynch me. What is going on here?
Man, how Lion King ain't number one? You don't know nothing about movies, motherfucker.
How did you know Lion King wasn't number one?
Oh, I know. I would just say that. Because people adore that movie so much, man. If Lion King is not in your number one, yeah, be prepared for that.
I think Mike knows what my number one is, but I'll leave it at that.
Cool.
Right. I'm not going to spoil it. But yeah, you can find the link to Nate's channel in the description box below. Please go give all my guests some love. And in regards to myself, very quickly for this week, I've got a review for 4 Love and Thunder, not God of Thunder. And that's already on the channel. And I might possibly be dropping some Shudder screeners and the Michael J. Fox movie Doc Hollywood in my filmography. But I just want to very quickly just thank Ryan, Nate, and Rashad for being here on Z Talks episode 11. Thank you guys for tuning in live or watching after the fact, and we will see you later.
Peace.
Thank you, everyone.
Peace.